Alright, what's going on? How's it going, guys? How's it going? What's going on? How's it going, guys? How's it going? Okay, so I just saw you back across the street over there at the fresh market. Now across the street, I'm over here at the other side of the shopping center at the abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center, formerly known as Capital One Bank. Now, I looked this place up on Google. I'm not exactly sure when it closed, but I do know that it's been closed for quite some time now. And if you look it up on Google, MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center, on Google it says permanently, on Google it says temporarily closed. And I could assure you this is not a temporary closure. Because if you come over here now, like I'm going to show you guys in the video here, over here they have a for sale sign by Prime and Cap Space available, or whatever. No, Acadia Properties. There's a giant banner right here on top of the building over here. The same person who's got this building for sale is the same person who's got it for sale on the American Roadside Burgers right behind this place. So it says Prime and Cap Space available by Carolyn Holbrook, Acadia Properties and Acadia Realty. So obviously this place is gone. So there's misinformation on Google that says this place is temporarily closed. But this ain't no temporary closure. No, it's not. This place is gone. It's gone. It's not here no more. It's not here no more. It's gone. That's it. So here we are, checking this place out for you guys. You know what I mean? And this is pretty cool. We're doing 2 videos in one day. You know what I mean? So I'm finally back on the swing of things, feeling my normal self again. I finally feel good. I'm going through a lot right now. You know, it's been a rocky road since the very beginning of this year. I'm going through a lot right now. As you guys saw, that I was kind of, you know, I was kind of fired up in the first video that I did when I was at the fresh market. When I did the intro, you guys saw that I was kind of fired up. And, you know, and I don't mean to come off as angry. It's just I've been going through a lot, man. And it's taken a serious toll on my emotions. It has taken a serious fucking toll on my emotions. And unfortunately for me, it's been really fucking rough. But that's life. You know, you got to take the punch. You got to take the hit. And it's up to you whether you want to stay up or stay down. But you got to take the hits, you got to take the punches, and you got to just keep on rolling. You know, you can't let life get you down. You can't just stop yourself from moving. Because if you don't move, you're never going to get any higher. You're never going to get any further. You know, so obviously, you know, just like an airplane, you know, I use this analogy all the time. And it really helps boost my confidence. You know, just like an airplane, when you're ready, disconnect yourself from the gate, slowly back up, and then when you're ready, start moving. And then taxi your way to the runway. Okay, now stay there for, you know, as long as you need to. When you're ready, go. And then as soon as you're ready, turn onto the runway. Okay? And what you got to do is put your foot down on the rudder pedals. Okay? Put your foot down on both rudder pedals. Yank the yoke, pull it back, and run down the runway as fast as possible. And with all your force and all your might, pull yourself up into the sky, break through the clouds, and just keep going straight, not worrying about what's around you. Just focus on your destination as you break onto the other side above the clouds and just fly straight into your destination as you enjoy your smooth flight. I use that analogy all the time, and it really helps me get through life. You guys know I love aviation. I'm a big aviation enthusiast. And that analogy always helps me get through life in my most toughest times. So yeah. All right, well, enough with the talking and enough with the yapping. We're going to get out of the car here. We're going to check out the abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center. You guys want to check this out? All right, let's do this. Enough with the talking, enough with the yapping, and let's go out of the car and check out this abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center. Ready to go? Alrighty, here we go. All right, what's going on? Well, here it is, right here behind me. Welcome to the abandoned Medicare Urgent Center here in Smithtown. The abandoned urgent care in Smithtown Medical Center. Me. The abandoned MedRite, cut. All right, let's try that again. Here we go. Goodness, I freaking hit my head. All right, cut. All right, let's try that again. Here we go. All right, what's going on? Well, here we are. Welcome to the abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center here in Smithtown. 82 Main Street, or 82 East Main Street, Smithtown, New York, 11787. Now, obviously, like I said, there's misinformation on Google. If you look this place up, there's misinformation about this place. It says it's temporarily closed, and obviously, as you can see the sign right here, it's gone. Ain't around no more. So the same person who has this building for sale over here is the same person who's got the building for sale next door at the abandoned American roadside burger joint. You know what I mean? So yeah. All right, well, now that we're here, what are you guys waiting for? Enough with the talking, enough with the yapping, and let's turn the camera on and check out this abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center. I'm dying to show you guys this place. I'm anxious to get into the action. All right, so you guys ready to go? All righty, here we go. Let's do this, guys. The abandoned MedRite Smithtown. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. The abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center. There we go. We were able to get it out. There we go. All right, you guys ready to check this place out? Alrighty, here we go. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. The abandoned Smithtown MedRite Urgent Care Center. Here we go. Alrighty, and there it is. The abandoned Medicare. Abandoned Medicare. Hold on. Alrighty, and there it is. The abandoned MedRite Smithtown Urgent Care Center here in Smithtown. 82 East Main Street, Smithtown, New York, 11787. Formerly known as Capital One Bank. You guys ready to go? Alrighty. Let's check this place out. Here we go. Almost an accident on Main Street. Then again, that wouldn't surprise me. There's always accidents here on Main Street. It's a brand new pizzeria that just opened up. All right, here we go. Yep, there we go, guys. Yep. No more. Like I said before, this used to be an abandoned, well, not abandoned, but this used to be a Capital One bank a long time ago. And there goes the main entrance right over here. Just one big empty room. Yep. Sounds like the bells are going off at the Presbyterian Church up the road, right across the street from Millennium Diner. Yep. And this is where the main entrance would have been. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. It's full of leaves. Wow. So based on how the floor looks, this might have been closed for a while. Oh yeah, the windows are all foggy and nasty. Wow. Yeah, based on how the floor looks, I would assume this place was closed down for a while. Wow. Damn, is it open? Nope. Nope. Not meant to be. Just like Wally always says in his video, not meant to be. Alrighty. Yep, there's one more look at the entrance. Wow, yeah, you see that floor? Yeah, based on how the floor looks, I would say this place has been closed for quite some time now. Wow. I think this is where the depository would have been. I think. Because remember, this used to be a Capital One bank a long time ago. That window is closed, but the rest of them are open. Here we go. Yep, there it goes. Oh wow, they still have 2 bottles of hand sanitizer on there. Look at that. Right there. Wow. Right there. Check that out. They still have 2 bottles of sanitizer. Oh no, emergency eye wash kit. Okay. So that's if you get chemicals in your eyes or if you need to wash out your eyes. You got a sink here. Wow. Amazing. Crazy how they converted a bank into a medical center. That's insane, man. It goes. No more. It looks like there was another depository over here, it looks like. See, I think you have one here and another one over there. Those 2 windows are closed, but there's another one open over here. We could take a look through. Right here. Oh, I wonder what this was. What is this, a storage room for files? What the hell was this? I don't know. I have no idea, but there's a bucket. Benjamin Moore. That's it. Gone. Me and my close buddy Ethan Mendelson walked around here a couple of months ago, and see, there it goes right to MedRite. See, MedRite, whatever you want to call it. Right? So there it goes right there, and it's gone. This place is gone. It's not here no more. Me and my close buddy Ethan Mendelson walked around over here a couple of months ago, and he told me that this would be an epic video for you to do if you ever choose to do a video here. This is another video I did. This is the video that I did. Remember, I came here last month, and I came here to revisit this place for you guys. So now we're right here next door, MedRite. So my buddy Ethan Mendelson, a very close friend of mine for 16 years, recommended that if you need any content, there's a video right here, and I just never got around to doing it. And that was back in October. My buddy Ethan told me, come over here and do a video. You should definitely do it. There's some content for you right there. And I just never got around to doing it. And now we're here doing it today. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Damn, 9 months later. It's okay, better late than never, right? And there goes, there goes the holes. That's where the label scar was. Oh, hold on. Right there, that's where the label scar was. Yep. That's it. So like I said before, and shout out to my buddy Ethan. He's a very good friend of mine. A very, very good and close friend of mine. You know, I remember when me and him were little, when we were young teenagers. I met him when I was 16 and he was 14. We had Spanish class together, Smithtown High School West. And the very first time we ever hung out is the day that sent me and him to legitimacy. The very first day we ever hung out is what sent me and him to legitimacy. December 12th, 2009. That's how you know you're close friends with him. December 12th, 2009. Me and my buddy Ethan hung out, and we went to Fun Zone in Farmingdale. And we spent the night over there by eating some cold-ass Nathan's hot dogs and by playing some whack-a-mole. We played the original, real deal 1977 model whack-a-mole. And there was also a rocket fire explosion show in that place that never even functioned. It was just a, it was just a stage full of old animatronic statues that didn't move. The lights worked, the lights flickered, and the music played at a very low level. But Fun Zone in Farmingdale was the place to be if you like nostalgia. But unfortunately, it's gone now. And if you guys remember, I actually did a video there at that abandoned Fun Zone over there in Farmingdale, which is now being used by a trailer rental service. It's being used by a trailer rental service. So, yeah. All right, well, again, that was a quick video. You know, it was quick. And so a shout out to my buddy Ethan Mendelson. If you're watching this video, just know that I love you, man. I love you very much, and me and you will always be brothers until the day we die. You know, and Ethan knows Smithtown at the back of his hand. It's because of Ethan that I know how to take the bus. And it's because of Ethan that I knew how to take the train. You know, he taught me how to take the bus. He taught me how to take the train. And he told me about a lot of other places that existed here in Smithtown that I never would have known about if it weren't for Ethan. So Ethan, I love you, man. You know, you're the best. You're the best thing that ever happened to me, and I just give you a big shout out right now. And I just want to let all my subscribers know that Ethan is the man. He's the man, and he's a cool kid, man. And I'm gonna send you his YouTube channel. I'm gonna post his link in the description so you guys can see him and just hang out with him. All right? Tell Ethan that I sent you. He'll love to have you. All right? Love you, Ethan. And he was also my cameraman at my wedding. So pretty cool. All right, so here we go, guys. So that was the abandoned MedRite here in Smithtown. So this place was once known as Capital One Bank. And now, you know, eventually it turned into a MedRite, whatever it is, MedRite Medical Center, Urgent Care Center here in Smithtown. Unfortunately, it's gone now. So the same person here, let me show you guys that real quick. The same person, Carolyn Holbrook, with Acadia Properties, Acadia Realty, is the same person who's got the abandoned American roadside burgers next door for sale. So you know what I mean? So yeah. All right, well, that was cool to check this place out. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, you know, and enjoy the little shout out that I gave my best friend, you know, my childhood best friend. I gave him a shout out. So I'm gonna post his link in the description. You know, he posts train videos, he travels a lot, and he goes out, and he's pretty cool. Me and him have been really good friends for a long time, for over 16 years. So yeah, man. All right, well, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try to see if I can do the walk around somewhere, and then I'll see you guys on the cover of the outro. All right? All righty. See you guys in a few. All right, what's going on? So what'd you guys think about that, huh? What'd you think? Huh? Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Well, you know, obviously, you know, since I was in the area and I was right across the street, I told you guys I was gonna come here eventually at some point in time. But damn, man. Wow. It took me so long to get the freaking walk around done. I literally couldn't walk around this place without a freaking car passing right in front of me. Like literally, it was car after car after car after another freaking car. And I just couldn't get the walk around in. I just could not get it in. And finally, I freaking got it. I finally freaking got it. Man. And if it wasn't a car that was passing by, it was something else happening. Somebody beeping their horn, someone revving their engine. Man, what the hell? Sheesh. Well, right now it's kind of, you know, I'm not surprised that I couldn't get it in so quickly, because right now it's, hold on. Right now it's 1:30. It's 1:30 right now. So right now this is a peak hour. Right now for Main Street here in Smithtown. There's a lot of places over here. As you know, the pizzeria is right here next door. There's a pizzeria next door. You got Old Street Burgers, you know, Old Street Restaurant and Bar. You know, across the street over here, you got Salad Dishes, and then you got the Crazy Crepe, and then over here you got Rocky Ramen and Javier's Breakfast Cafe. So clearly it's obvious that, you know, right now at this hour, there's a lot of rush hour traffic, and there's a lot of people coming and going all over the shopping centers here in Smithtown. Lunch break, everybody eating for their job, whatever, grabbing food, here we go. So, you know, right here in Smithtown, right here, this is the dining district. This is mainly the dining district here in Smithtown. Over here you got AJ 53. You know, you got another pizzeria next door, the next shopping center called Menino's. You know, what else do you got over here? You know, you got Menino's over here, and then up the street, you know, up the street over there, next to the Smithtown Performing Arts Center, they're opening a Jersey Mike's. Oh, I love Jersey Mike's. I love Jersey Mike's. And, you know, and like I said, over here, you got a place called Salad Dishes. You got Crazy Crepe right here in front of me. You got Javier's Breakfast Cafe. Oh yeah, and right behind me, right here, right behind me, there's the Millennium Diner. You have the Millennium Diner right here, right behind me. And if you travel further up that way, on Middle Country Road, you got Dairy Queen, you got McDonald's, you got Wendy's. Yeah, no, so this whole area from Middle Country Road all the way up there, you got Carvel Ice Cream. So from Middle Country Road, See what I mean? These motherfucking trucks, they just don't fucking stop. Sheesh. So anyway, if you travel no further back that way, on Middle Country Road, starting at St. James, way up over there with St. James, you got Mexican street food. You got a Mexican street food joint. You got Lorenzo's Pizza. You got McDonald's. You got Wendy's. You got Dairy Queen. And then travel further up over here, right on Terry Road, you have a saloon. You have a saloon. There's a sandwich shop, a little deli. There's also another pizzeria, Carbonello's. And then right there in Terry, you also have Rockwell's. And then you come up further over here on Main Street, Salad Dishes, Rocky Ramen, Javier's Breakfast Cafe, the Pizzeria, Old Street Burgers. There's a whole lot of other places over here to eat. You got Javier's Breakfast Cafe. You got the Crazy Crepe. So this whole area from Middle Country Road all the way up that way, all the way up this way. You got a whole bunch of joints to eat up over here, a whole bunch of places to eat up over here. So yeah. So that's why there's a lot of traffic right now, because a lot of people go out of their lunch break, and each and every one of these food joints, you got a lot of people over here, and then over here, across the street, a little further up past the bowling alley, you also got another place, an Irish pub called Napa Tandy's. You got Napa Tandy's, and there's also a joint over there. I forget what the name of it is, but there's also a sushi place over there. So yeah, man, there's a whole lot of cool places to eat over here. A lot of neat places to eat up over here. And then on the corner over there by the train station, right across the street from Maple Avenue, right there on Redwood, you got Katie's, which is, a restaurant, bar, pub. And then right behind Katie's, you also have a place called Bullsmith. Bullsmith is another place, another tavern, sports bar, tavern type joint. And then past Bullsmith and past all of that over there, you got Stop and Shop. And then if you continue down further, down Jericho Turnpike, you got Kentucky Fried Chicken. You got another McDonald's. You got another Wendy's. You got a freaking Burger King. Yo, this whole place, this whole street, all the way from Middle Country, all the way to Jericho Turnpike, is full of freaking food joints that you can pick and choose from. And right next door to Burger King, you also have a place called Coco Bistro. So you see, I know all of these places at the back of my hand. And obviously in just a couple of weeks, on August 23rd, in a couple of weeks, will mark 20 years that I've been living here in Smithtown. Can you believe it? I've been here in Smithtown for 20 years. Wow. Anyways, all of that had nothing to do with the video. I just, I mentioned how I couldn't get to walk around in because of traffic, and then one thing led to another. But yeah, guys, so the abandoned MedRite Medical Center here in Smithtown. So what do you guys think, huh? What did you think? Huh? Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Well, like I said before, this place used to be an abandoned. I keep saying abandoned. I don't know why. But like I said before, this place used to be a Capital One bank. It used to be a Capital One bank. And then the Capital One bank closed. It was closed for a few years. And then during COVID and during the pandemic, they opened this medical joint over here. They opened this urgent care over here. And I'm not exactly sure when it closed, but when I saw the floor or the main entrance of how it looked, all the leaves and all that stuff and all that how it looked so fucking old, I would assume it's been closed for a while. I looked it up online and, I tried to see exactly what was going on. All I know is that it just says temporarily closed on Google, which really, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of misinformation. They got to change that to permanently closed. On the fact that they have the for sale sign over here by Carolyn Holbrook with Acadia Realties and Properties, Acadia Realty and Properties, Prime Ain't Cap Real Estate for sale, Prime Ain't Cap Space, and then obviously they have her email. Yeah, no, that's gone. That's gone. So Google, you got to get your shit together, man. You got to get your shit together. And you have to remove that stuff, remove that information, remove that misinformation from your website by saying temporarily closed or permanently closed. I don't know. All right, well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got 2 videos in one day. How about that, huh? What's going on? Yo. All right, well, that was cool. I definitely had a good time over here. This pizzeria over here is pretty good. I was walking around here and the smell of pizza was killing me. I'm going to go home and see what I can have for lunch. Oh, there's a former military man standing right there on the street corner. Wow, cool. Thank you for your service. Hold on, let me show you guys that real quick. Hold on. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, well, next door, yeah, I was wondering why he was there. you know, why the f he's standing there. And then I just remembered right here next door, right to where he's standing, right to his left or to his right to where he's standing, right there is a military career center, an Army and military career center, right over there. So they're walking this way. Here they go. They're walking this way to try to look up recruits. Hang on, hang on. Hold on. Let me show you guys one more time. Here they come. Actually, wait. No. Hold on. Wait. No, yeah, they're right over there. They went. Yeah, they went that way. Actually, wait. Hang on. Alrighty. I'm not exactly sure where they're off to. I don't know where they're walking to, but that's pretty cool. Well, to whoever that is, thank you for your service. Your bravery is really much appreciated for fighting for this country, defending this country, put your life on the line. Thank you for your service. I appreciate the military, and I appreciate everybody who's done their job to protect the freedom of this country. I have a cousin who lives in Vegas. She was in the Army for a while. And now that she's in Vegas, she lives over there. She's a military police officer. So I'm a very proud supporter of the military. My father-in-law, John, he's part of the Navy. You know, he was in the Navy when he was little, and when he was not little, but when he was younger, he was in the Navy. And what I meant to say was he held my wife in his arms when she was little, when he was on the ship. There's a photo of him holding my wife in his arms when she was a baby when he was on the ship, on the USS Guam. So I salute my father-in-law, John, who was in the Navy, and I salute whoever it is that's walking over there who's in the military. And I also salute my cousin Carla, who was also in the Army. So it holds a very high value to me. So anyways, now that we can finally finish the outro here, man, there's a lot of stuff going on here, man. There's a lot to unpack here with this video. My goodness, I thought it was going to be simple. There's a lot to unpack here with this video. So yeah, all right, so we're finally concluding this video here, finally. Before I got distracted, so this pizzeria here is pretty good. I smelled it when I was walking here. It smelled amazing. It's called The Pizzeria. They have another location in Smith Haven Mall. And they have a few around Long Island too, so. And like I said earlier in the video, my buddy Ethan Mendelson, you know, we were walking around here back in October, and he told me, you know, here goes. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Anyways, so before I got distracted again, so yeah, my buddy Ethan Mendelson, me and him were walking around here, and in October, one night in October, we walked around here, and he told me, check out this abandoned medical center. Maybe. All right, hold on. Let me cut this off real quick. Hang on. All right, let's try this one more time. So anyways, like I said, back in October, one night in October, me and my buddy Ethan Mendelson, who has been very close friends with me for over 16 years, one night in October, he was here visiting because he lives over there in Hudson Valley. So he's about 3 hours north of here. He used to live in Kings Park, and he lived in Smithtown before he moved up north. So, one day, me and Ethan, we were walking around here. He was also the cameraman at my wedding, so he did a great job. So anyways, so me and Ethan were over here walking one day, and he told me, check out this abandoned medical center. Maybe one day, if you ever do a video here, this could be some content for your YouTube channel. And that was almost 10 months ago, back in October. And now, here I am, almost 10 months later, doing this video for you guys. There's been a lot of distractions. There's been a lot of shit going on, man. There's a lot of shit to unpack with this fucking video. But I'm sure you guys are going to get a kick out of it. You know what I mean? So anyway, Ethan, I love you, man. And if you're watching this video, you're the man, brother. You the motherfucking man. You got it? You're the motherfucking man, homeboy. All right? Yeah, me and Ethan go way back. Like I said earlier in the video, the first day we ever hung out, December 12, 2009, we went to Fun Zone over there in Farmingdale. If you Long Islanders... If you Long Islanders remember the old fun zone over there in Farmingdale, this is really going to be an interesting video. I can't wait to see how you guys react when you see this video. Oh my goodness. If you Long Islanders remember the old fun zone over there in Farmingdale, Route 110, just behind the movie theater, the first day me and Ethan ever hung out together was at Fun Zone in Farmingdale. My father took us to Fun Zone in Farmingdale on a Saturday night. My dad took us to Fun Zone over there in Farmingdale. And all I remember is that me and Ethan were eating cold-ass hot dogs. We were eating cold-ass hot dog from Nathan's. We had a freaking whole bag full of tokens. We were playing the original 1977 model Showbiz Pizza Place Whack-A-Mole, and it also had a Rockefeller Explosion that didn't work. A Rockefeller Explosion animatronic stage show, 3-stage show that didn't work. All animals were on 3 separate stages and it didn't fucking work. None of them fucking worked. The lights flickered and the music played at a very low volume, but the characters were just frozen. It was literally just a form and shell of itself. Literally a freaking stage full of animatronic statues that just didn't work. So, but if you're big into nostalgia, that was the place to be back then. The whole place literally felt like you were stepping back in time to the 70s, 80s, and 90s. That was literally an arcade, literally a video arcade from the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. This literally Fun Zone was literally full of pure nostalgia. Whack-A-Mole, Galaga, Asteroid, Centipede, a whole bunch of classic pinball games, Back to the Future pinball. They had a laser tag arena. They had the animatronic stage show known as the Rockefeller Explosion. They had a Nathan's hot dog joint. Their whole place was chock full of nostalgic items, nostalgic arcade games, and nostalgic classic arcade cabinet games. And the day that me and Ethan hung out, when we went to Fun Zone that day, Saturday, December 12, 2009, is the very day that sent me and Ethan off on legitimacy. And from that moment on, me and him just never looked back, and the rest was history. So I'm giving, my buddy Ethan a very big, massive shout out in this video, because I love that guy. I mean, he's like a brother to me. And I would die for him the same way he would die for me. It's because of Ethan that I knew and know how to take the bus, and knew how to take the train. And I knew a lot about the places here in Smithtown that I never even knew about. A lot of shortcuts. When I used to walk, back then before I started driving, when I used to walk, I used to text Ethan and call him, asking him if I knew any shortcuts for me to get home quicker. Because I didn't like walking very much, And he would always show me a bunch of shortcuts, and obviously, me and him used to hang out at St. Joseph over there. Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, man. It's just, he means so very much to me. And I love Ethan, like he doesn't even imagine. Like the fact that I'm crying over a single human being just tells you how much Ethan really means to me. So I'm gonna post his channel in the description, and you guys can check him out and go watch his videos. He posts train videos, a bunch of old videos from back in the day. He travels a lot. He posts the travel videos. So tell Ethan that I sent you. All right, tell him that Miguel sent you, and he'll know who I am. Right away, he'll know who I am. He's also a subscriber on my channel. So Ethan, I love you, man. And from me to you, bro, I'll send you a very big hug. All right? Love you, brother. You're the man, bro. I'm going to post your channel in the description. You've gained a few more subscribers, all right? All right, I'm going to get out of here. No, I'm just talking about the happy memories that me and him used to have. It made me cry. It just brought tears to my eyes, because I'm going through a lot right now. And just thinking of happy memories just makes me really happy, I'm going through a very tough time right now in my life. I'm going through a very bad storm, and it's been non-stop. It's been catastrophically destructive since January, and it just hasn't stopped. So thinking of fun memories that I used to have with my loved ones really brings a lot of joy to my heart, and it really brings a lot of peace to my mind. So, all right, well, that does it for this video. So, wow, this video is very interesting. There's a lot of things that freaking happen. A lot of shit that really freaking happened. So, I can't wait to see how you guys react with this video. I definitely had a lot of fun putting this one together for you guys. For sure, I definitely had a lot of fun putting this one together for you guys. Oh, man, I love you guys. And I love what I do. I love what I do, and I love doing this for you guys. I love being an entertainer. I love chilling. I love talking to you guys, man. It's a lot of fun. We always have fun, and I'm finally starting to feel like my normal fucking self. So I'm happy, man. All right? All right, guys. So just like Wally always says at the end of his videos, you guys stay awesome. And just like I always say at the end of my videos, you guys stay cool, stay happy, keep smiling, and just enjoy your life. What's going on? Yo. A lot of people tell me, you know, like when I do my laugh, a couple of people have actually questioned my authority, thinking that I actually did the voiceover for the character on the old Splash Mountain ride known as Brer Fox. Because I'm gonna post a clip, you know, like at the end. Actually, you know what? Listen to my laugh and you'll figure it out, right? Listen to my laugh, and right now I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean when people question my authority, telling me that I sound like Brer Fox from the old Splash Mountain ride that was once in Disney World. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to the top of show, Brer Rabbit. Yes, I'll show you who's going to see. What are you doing, Brer Fox? Let me go. I got you, Brer Rabbit. I say this is the end of the finish for you. Where are you taking me, Brer Fox? Let me go. Why, Brer Rabbit, I'm inviting you over for dinner. My dinner. No, wait a minute, Brer Fox. Let's talk this over. I bet you wish you never been born, huh, Brer Rabbit? Well, you mine, and you not getting away this time. Let me loose, Brer Fox. Let me go. Say, Brer Rabbit, how about I take you to mine?
Howdy, folks. If you're on stop, please remain fully seated. Right motion will resume momentarily.
No, Brer Fox. Let me go. I'm going to the top of the show, Brer Rabbit. Guess I'll show you who's going to see. What are you doing, Brer Fox? Let me go.
Am I right? You see what I mean, right? So he laughs just like me. And people actually question my authority, thinking that it was me that was actually doing the voiceover. No, that's not me. I mean, the laugh could possibly be me, but no, I guarantee you it wasn't me. I did not do the voiceover for Brer Fox, but he laughs just like me. You know what I mean? Oh man, that was fun. This is gonna be a very interesting video, man. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. I guess I'll see you guys later. Let's do that one more time. So just like Wally says at the end of each and every one of his videos, you guys stay awesome. And just like I always say at each and every one of my videos, you guys stay cool, stay happy, keep smiling, and just enjoy your life. What's going on? Yo. All right, guys. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. You know, I'm sorry that the video went on longer than it should have, but happens. You know, happens. So it is what it is. But hey, man, you know what? That's life, right? All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna start heading home and see what I eat for lunch. So I guess I'll see you guys soon. All right? Until the wind blows us to our next destination, wherever that may be, I shall see you guys there. All right? All righty, guys. See you later.